All right, hey, good morning and welcome to Rancho Church. We are so glad to be together today, whether you are in this room or whether you're joining us online from all over the place. We are just stoked to be here today. My name's Alex. This is Derek, Evan, and Scott. And man, what do we got coming up today at Rancho, Scott?
Well, we got a Patriots game coming up.
That's right.
Yes,
that is right.
So we'll see about that. There's a Rams game coming up. There we go. Go Rams. What else is going on? Church.
Oh,
yeah. So we're going to have a few songs. We're going to have Wagar. What's going on at Rancho? Alex, that is your baby. You do great. Focus on small groups today. We got a message. It is the third message in our winter series called Let's Talk. Today we're going to talk about forgiveness and restoration. So a little bit of a, dicey subject, but it's going to be good, I promise.
Yes.
It's going to be good. One day you'll forgive me.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. All right. Hey, and Derek, you're going back to college.
I am?
I
am.
We want you to quit and just stay here.
Just stop. Stop doing that college thing.
We love Derek, and I don't know, if you've been around Rancho, you know that we have quite a few college students part of our worship team, and when they come home, they always jump in and lead us in worship. We love that. What brings you back to Rancho every time you have a break?
I mean, y'all definitely can't get rid of me. I love being here. Everybody up here is like another family to me, and just like, even though it's like 6 a.m. on Sundays, it's always fun to just get up and sing because that's what we're about to do.
Well, hey, man, you're awesome. We love you. Thank you. We appreciate it. And we got music coming up.
We do. We're starting off this set with Battle Belongs. Thank you. He was going to tell me before. I always forget the song titles, and it's not good. It's not good because it's like my only job. All right, but so we're starting off.
You have one job, bro.
That's right, Mr. Belichick.
And as you guys can hear, my voice, I'm a little under the weather, totally fine, everything's good. We got 4 singers on stage, we're gonna have a lot of fun, but I need your help. So as we're singing, I need you guys to sing out back at me to make sure I know what the words are coming up. Like what are the words? No,
Very
so
good.
We're gonna all worship together. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Go ahead and stand to your feet.
Go.
Let's worship together. Let's sing. When I seize the battle, you see my victory. When I seize the mountain, you see a mountain move. And as I walk through the shadow, your love surrounds me. There's nothing to fear now, for I am safe with you. So when I fight on my knees, with my hands lifted high. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. And every fear I lay at your feet, I'll sing through the night. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. And if you are for me, who can be against me? Jesus, there's nothing impossible for you. When I see all the ashes, you see the beauty. When I see is the cross, God, you see it empty too. Come on, let's sing. So when I fight on my knees, with my hands lifted high. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. And every fear I lay at your feet, I'll sing through the night. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. And almighty Nothing can stand against the power of our God. You shine in the shadows, you win every battle. Nothing can stand against the power of our God. Say, Almighty force, you go before us. You shine in the shadows, you win every battle. Nothing can. Come on, say. And Almighty forces, you go before us. Nothing. You shine in the shadows. You shine in the shadows. You win every battle. Nothing can. The power of our God. So when I fight on my knees with my hands lifted high. Oh God, the battle belongs to you, and every fear I lay at your feet. Yeah. The battle belongs to you. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. This is one of those songs where you're just in the storm of something that's going on. And remembering back to when Jesus calms the water, you're speaking to that thing in your life and you're saying, peace, be still. Because you trust in the fact that God is walking with you through that thing. So let's sing this out together in faith. Peace, be still.
The waves. I don't wanna be afraid. I don't wanna be afraid. I don't wanna fear the storm just because I hear it roar. I don't wanna fear the storm. I don't wanna fear the storm. Peace, be still. Say the words and I will set my feet upon the sea till I'm dancing in the deep. Peace, be still. You are here, so it is well. Even when my eyes can't see, I will trust the
So my family went through a little bit of a health scare this past week. So Tuesday morning, as I'm about to head into our staff meeting, I get a call from my wife, and she says, "Hey, my mom had went into the ER early this morning with stomach pains, and after being there for a few hours, they did some scans, and they found a mass on her pancreas." And so immediately we're terrified, and her mother, my wife's grandmother, actually passed away from cancer when Jessica was about 3 years old. So she was young, and she passed away of cancer. It's in the family, so they find this mass on her mother's pancreas. And so I'm talking with her on the phone, and I'm like, okay, this is serious, and we're just gonna take a moment. We're gonna pray. We're gonna believe for the best. And then so Jessica, she calls me back, and she says, "Hey, I just booked a flight. I have to go. We're from Georgia originally." So I was like, "Yeah, you have to do that." So I go home and I take her to the airport. She's flying out to Georgia, and as I'm the whole drive home back here from the airport, I'm just praying. We're just believing. We're believing for this. Then I get a call once she's there, more information. The ER doctor says, "I've seen this so many times, and this is going to be pancreatic cancer." The endocrinologist comes in, and he says, "Yeah, I've seen this a bunch. This is definitely cancer." The surgeon comes in for her. She has to have the biopsy. And he says, "I've been wrong twice in my career. This is cancer." And Jessica's dad is in the room, and he says, "Well, we're praying for you to be wrong 3 times, just so you know." And so we're walking this journey of what do we do? How does this look? We're gonna have faith no matter what. Whatever happens, whatever the outcome is, we're gonna have faith. And just so you know, this set that we just sang these 2 songs, this song we're about to sing, this was all a very personal set for me. I mean, Battle Belongs to You, and then Peace Be Still. Like, these things were things that we were praying and we were doing in this time. And we're about to sing this song called "God, I'm So Grateful." And I just want to let all of you know, and I'm so grateful for everyone who knew and who were praying, and I'm so grateful for you all that there's even a space to be able to talk about this and tell you guys and have you guys with me in this. But we got the call yesterday, and my wife is on FaceTime, and she's a mess. And I was like, okay, we're gonna have to work through this. And she said that the results just came back in, and they were all negative. So, yeah. So, we've been praising God. We've been excited, and we've been just on cloud 9 for this. But I wanna make very clear this song, "God, I'm Just Grateful for You," was chosen before we knew any test results. It was chosen before we knew how this was gonna go. Because this is this is not just something that we say and kind of whatever. This is something to live by, to be grateful. Whether the test comes back bad or the test comes back good, whether the thing works out or it doesn't work out, to have this spirit of gratefulness and saying, "I'm grateful that you're even walking with me through this. I'm grateful that I can even have this conversation with you, God. I'm grateful that you're with me and you walk with me and you never leave me nor forsake me. I am just so grateful for you and who you are." So as a church together, I would love for you guys just to have that one thing in your mind and sing this song, "God, I am just grateful for you and who you are." Let's sing this together.
There was no way until you made one. Grace upon grace, hallelujah. Even though I don't deserve it, you did it. Even though I couldn't earn it, you give it. And who am I that you keep on, just say, I'm lifting both of my hands. And I'm lifting both of my hands, 'cause you gave me chance after chance, after chance. I'm giving all that I am, 'cause you gave me chance after chance, after chance. Say, well, I'm lifting both of my hands, 'cause you gave me chance after chance. I'm giving all that I am, 'cause you gave me chance. And who am I that you keep me on your mind, God? God, I'm just grateful for you. And all my life, you've been right here by my side. Yeah. Say, who am I? Who am I that you keep me on? God, I'm just grateful for you. And all my life, you've been right here by my side. God, I'm just grateful for you. God, I'm just grateful for you. Come on, say it. I survived, and I'm here to testify, God. God, I'm just grateful for you. And I'm alright if they say I'm out of my mind. God, I'm just grateful for you. God, I'm just grateful for you. Come on, give him praise, amen. Thank you all so much for that time of worship. You guys may be seated.
All right, hey, what an awesome and powerful time of worship. I'm so grateful that we are here together and that we have this space where we can come and we can hear those stories and we can sing those songs and kind of encourage one another in our faith. So it's so good to see everyone here this morning. My name is Alex. This is Wagar. What's going on in Rancho? I'm up here with my friend Josh. How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Yeah. This is Josh's second Wagar. Well, actually, if you add them all up, never mind. Okay. If you are new to Rancho, we just want to say welcome. Maybe you've been coming for a few weeks, or maybe it's your first time ever today. Thanks for being with us. Maybe you're joining us for the first time ever online. We have a really easy way to connect if that's you. We totally understand. You probably didn't come to church today to connect. You probably just came to check things out if it's your first time. But if you ever want to connect with us, we would love the opportunity to answer any questions you might have, maybe just get you going on your journey here at Rancho, and there's a really easy way to do that. All you have to do is text the word new to our phone number. It's 951-379-3795. You could take a picture of that now and text us anytime you like. But once you do text us, we're going to text you right back. And don't worry, we're not going to flood you with text for the rest of your life. We're just going to probably invite you back to Rancho Church one time, invite you to meet our pastor. And then we'll let you know about big, giant things that are happening at our church, maybe once a month. So you could do that today if you'd like to. Also visit our welcome center on the way out, and we'll send you home with one of our Live Free, Do Good tumblers, just saying thank you for being here this morning.
Yeah, and even if you aren't new, you can always email info@rancho.tv. That's a great place to just ask questions about anything going on, share a prayer request, get connected with anything.
And then every Sunday, we like to say thank you to our generosity partners. And this morning, as I was just kind of looking around the congregation, seeing lots of different families that I know, families that I've known for a long time, thinking about Josh being here with us this morning, something really cool about Rancho. We've been around for 57 years, and we've been building something that is generational. And if you look around, you'll see people that maybe have their kids here and maybe have their grandkids here. And there's people that have gone before us that have given sacrificially to build this church. and to build into this community and to advance the cause of Christ together. So for years and years and years, we've been building something together. So if you'd like to be a part of that and become a generosity partner and invest in the next generation, all you have to do is just go to rancho.tv/giving. All that information is there, and it'll be really cool to partner together and see what God does over the next generation. Now, Josh, you are such a cool guy, and we could talk up here all day long about all the cool things you do. But one of the things that you do that I think is most interesting is you are a governing pastor. Everybody go, woo. Yeah, governing pastor. Break that down for us. What does that mean?
Yeah, so I am part of the church board here at Rancho. I've been going to Rancho for 40 years, been on the church board for the past 2 years. And really, we're just a group of just amazing men and women with diverse backgrounds, experiences, skill sets, that we come together because we love this church. We love the staff and the volunteers and the mission of the church that just all come together, and we want to come alongside and help. And sometimes that means kind of prayer and support. Sometimes it means our different expertises and backgrounds can provide perspectives. And sometimes it's more accountability and guidance as well.
Yeah, it takes a lot to make Rancho Church happen, and we could not do it without our board. So thank you and thank the board for leading in that way. And I think it's important for you as congregants, as part of this church, to know that there is a group of people that are just constantly thinking about the church, praying, supporting, and serving the mission. So thank you. One of the cool things too is you don't just sit in that room and kind of make decisions and pray, but you also live out the mission of Rancho. You started a small group last year, and you're doing one again this year, and we're in group season. So tell us a little bit about that story.
Yeah, it's been amazing. We've opened up our house and just invited families come over. If you've got kids and families, come over. We'll cook a meal, get together. It's just been incredible, right? Just meeting new people in the church, building those friendships. And just every year has ups and downs. And when you're having a hard time, having people in the church that can come alongside you, and then you can help them when they're having their hard seasons. It's just been wonderful.
That sounds great. Now I know that this is a huge step for some people. Jumping from those seats into a smaller community where people kind of know your name and get to know you, and you have to kind of get to know them. That can be a big step. How would you encourage people that are thinking about that this season? Yeah,
it's an amazing choice. It took me 38 years to do it. So if you're doing it fast, you're doing great. There's so many different groups, though. There's really deep theological discussions, sermon discussions, if that's what you're looking for. But there's also a fun art-focused group. And actually, me and another Josh in our group are hosting a game night on Wednesday. Just show up, play board games, make some friends at the church.
Yeah, so we're trying to just have something for everyone. And if you'd like to learn more about this and you're a QR code scanner, you can raise up your phone and no one will make fun of you, and you can scan that code and it'll take you right to rancho.tv/groups. That code is also in this menu, which you should have got on your way in. And all that information is there. It's also in this menu. So we just want to encourage you over the next few weeks, take a look, think about it, talk about it, see what kind of group you might want to join this winter at Rancho Church. You guys know how to do this. Josh knows how to do this. Let's all do it together. And that's what's going on at Rancho. Thanks, Josh. And let's welcome up Scott. And Scott, right before the message comes up, there are a few events that we do throughout the year here at this church, that are monumental, community impact, life of Jesus, hands and feet of Jesus. And one of them is coming up in February. It's our prom for families with special needs, and it's a big deal.
It really is, and some of the pictures of some of our kings and queens are back there during their red carpet moment, and there are hundreds of people that we know and love. Many of them are part of our weekly Thrive ministry for people with special needs, and this is a centerpiece for them. They look forward to this, I think, more than any other night of their lives. And they are treated amazingly well, and we get to host them and love on them the way I think Jesus would. And this, however, is such a big event. It takes almost all of us. 500 volunteers are required, 500 volunteers that night. And for everybody who has volunteered, you know that's on your calendar, and it's something you will not miss. If you have yet to volunteer, we encourage you, take that step. There's a spot for you that is just absolutely perfect. in front of the scenes, behind the scenes, with the students, with parents, logistics, help set up, tear down, and there's just so much to do. It also takes an awful lot of money, even though a lot of the services that are provided are donated or discounted. It takes tens of thousands of dollars to make this really work by our standards to treat these folks incredibly well. It's about $150 per student, per attendee, and we don't want them paying a dime. And never have and never will. So if you want to volunteer, all you have to do is go to rancho.tv/events. Look for this. If you want to give, go to rancho.tv/giving. The drop-down menu has Night to Shine or One Enchanted Evening, and you can go donate there.
All right. Well, can't wait to hear what you got to say today.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Care.
And let's welcome also Elaine Romero to come on up. She's going to help us with the introduction of this message this morning. Give her a big round of applause. We appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you for joining us. You are a busy lady. You've got your practice here in town, Safe Harbor. You've got a wonderful family. You've got three incredible animals. Well, two of them are cats, right? So you have one incredible animal.
Scott. Can I get a holler for the cat people?
Cat people?
Yeah.
I didn't think we allowed cat people. Josh, board member. No, we love them all. Diverse community of friends.
Yes.
Cat people, dog people, it's great. You got a bunch of kids at home. Anyway, you're here.
Yes.
And thank you so much for being here. And you're bringing your therapeutic expertise to some subjects here that are all about relationships. Let's talk 6 conversations that'll deepen every relationship. And today's conversation is about forgiveness.
Yes, I got my notes for this.
Restoration, yeah, we both do. This is careful territory here. So why should we practice forgiveness and restoration? What's the consequence if we don't?
It's interesting. There's actually decades of research on this, and it actually shows that it's not conflict itself that will damage relationship. It's actually what happens after the conflict.
And that's interesting. When I saw that information, I thought, okay, well, that's true. Because I think a lot of us would think, well, it's the actual conflict that's the problem, right? It's the conflict that hurts. But it's the disconnect following the conflict. And it's the lack of forgiveness or lack of restoration following the conflict that actually does the most damage. That's fascinating.
Yeah, conflict is going to happen. Conflict is 3 things: a complaint, concern, or difference of opinion. You're going to have those. But the research at the Gottman Institute, they're a lab up in Seattle, they show that when issues go unresolved, okay, and repair doesn't happen, that is when people really emotionally withdraw. That's where it becomes dangerous, because over time, this unresolved conflict, it's going to lead to disconnection, it's going to lead to emotional shutdown, and just that loss of safety that we've been talking about. So relationships don't fail when we disagree. They struggle when we stop repairing and reconnecting after we've been hurt. So it's having that conversation of like, hey, can we talk about what happened, right? And sometimes that conversation's in the middle of the night, right?
Yes, that is true.
At 2 a.m, my husband's like, really?
Yep.
So when repair is missing, these small offenses will build up, and resentment grows, and people start really pulling back to protect themselves. But if repair does happen, and we do lean into the hard conversation, that's what's going to restore emotional safety. It kind of binds us, and it keeps the relationship thriving.
And I'm glad you're talking about restoration and repair, because a lot of times we might just think, hey, if there's an offense, if there is a wound in a relationship, it's better just to forgive and forget. And
right.
We might have seen that. Now, forgiving and forgetting can't happen in the small little things that happen
right.
day to day. But if somebody really hurts us, they offend us, or something that we might perceive as an attack, forgiving and forgetting is not actually the way to go. That can create this kind of distance over time. Another thing we might think as well is, hey, forgive as God forgave you, so just don't worry about it. Just let it go. That's not necessarily the best, and as we'll see here in a minute, it's not even what Jesus did.
Yeah. So again, you might decide just to let something go, and that might be okay. But there's kind of this myth around forgiveness and forgetting, as if moving on quickly or just sweeping something under the rug is the same as healing. And it's not the same as healing at all. So there's a psychologist by the name of Harriet Lerner. She wrote a book called Why Won't You Apologize? And she makes it really clear that apologies without accountability, they aren't healing. Those are avoidance. And so a meaningful apology isn't just saying, I'm sorry, but it also includes taking responsibility for the impact of our actions on another person. And it also includes making amends. So repair requires things like listening to the person, like hearing, how did I impact you, even if I didn't mean to. It means trying to react without just total defensiveness. It's also making amends. And people often say to me, well, what exactly is amends? Amends is when I go above and beyond to show you that I understand how I hurt you, and I'm even willing to make those small changes that make us both feel safe in the relationship.
And those are big, right? Because I think for a lot of us, myself included, if somebody says, hey, you said this thing, or I was offended, or you hurt me, immediately we feel as though we're under attack, so we want to attack back, right?
Or protect ourselves,
and
right?
Protect ourselves, yeah.
Yeah.
And get defensive, or to make the problem worse by now we're attacking back and forth. And it's great to be able to pause, to take a breath, and to say, hey, this restoration process is very difficult, but it takes kind of a calm soul, an easy spirit, and it takes a real determination in this relationship that we're going to walk a journey. But that journey isn't necessarily full cycle back to exactly the way things were, because maybe a relationship was impacted by a disconnect that we have to sort of manage along the way.
Right. If you're just kind of expecting to go right back to where you were, that can be kind of dismissive. I always like to think of it as like a hiking analogy. If I'm going hiking up a mountain, right, and I get injured on that trail, I may still want to go hiking, but I may have to now change the path or go a little slower or wrap my injury or use a walking stick or something like that for support. So the path forward is still possible, but it may need to look different to really acknowledge that that injury now exists. So relationships are the same. When there's been a really big hurt, or when there's been actual damage in the relationship, even with apologies and even with attempts to make amends, moving forward may look a little different. We may need to go slower. We may need to be more intentional. We may need to set really clear boundaries. Now, there's a great book called Good Boundaries and Goodbyes by Lisa Turquist. And she explains when someone injures us, we want our first response to be, and it's a real faithful response, which is to set that boundary, right? Because it becomes not a way to punish the person, but a way to try to protect what's been wounded, but to keep that relationship thriving. So boundaries clarify what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, and they really aren't meant to block a person out. It's actually more of an invitation to repair, right? So if I set a boundary with you, that means I want to repair this with you. So yeah, we teach each other what we need in the relationship moving forward after restoration by setting those boundaries.
So I'll give you one example, right? Somebody might have been raised in a household that raises their voice and doesn't consider raising their voice to be a problem. It's just the way we live our life. Another person might be very intimidated by raising a voice. So one boundary might be, hey, can we kind of keep our voices sort of in a calm zone? That would help this relationship and help prevent maybe further injury or offense.
Right.
But what happens if somebody keeps breaking those boundaries? So you create a boundary that allows and wants and invites repair, but they keep on doing the same thing over and over.
Yeah, I mean, this is where it gets really difficult, right? Because if someone repeatedly ignores or just minimizes or even just violates a boundary that's very important to you, especially after you've clearly communicated it, we may have to move from boundary setting to actually saying goodbyes. That's why she titled that book, Good Boundaries and Goodbyes. And it's not out of bitterness, right? And this isn't your first step. I mean, this would take a lot to get here. But it's out of care and respect for yourself, for your own mental health, for your own physical boundaries. So chronic boundary violations, they re-injure our nervous system. They keep us in that rattled state. And repeated harm without repair, it just erodes the trust and a safety in a relationship. So if you stay indefinitely in a harmful dynamic, like an abusive relationship or relationship where someone just keeps on betraying you, it really can set you up to be kind of living as a shell of a person, maybe feeling depressed, anxious, and just not considering yourself. And God doesn't want that for you.
Right, he says, love others as you love yourself. So this idea of taking care of ourselves and loving ourselves might be healthy boundaries. It might be saying goodbye. And we also see the example in Jesus as well.
Yes, so Turquist in her book really grounds this idea when she reminds us of how Jesus himself handled betrayal and denial. So Jesus didn't chase after Judas when he betrayed him, right? He knew it was going to happen. He also didn't beg Peter to stop denying him. And we have to remember, these were his closest friends. So when you feel deeply betrayed by someone that should have your back, I want you to know that Christ understands you, but he didn't let that stop him from fulfilling God's plan for his life, right? He was still crucified. He still rose as our Savior. So although our Christ loved and he cared deeply for people, he didn't abandon God's calling for his life just to keep those people comfortable.
Yep. Important truths following Jesus in this, in forgiveness and restoration is so critically important. Thank you for walking us through this as well. So thank you very, very much. Let's thank Elaine for her time with us. It really means the world. As we go through this topic of forgiveness and restoration, what I'd like you to do is have some names and faces in your mind. Names of people who you've had this kind of difficult relationship with, faces of people who have either hurt you or maybe that have felt hurt by you as we walk through this. And just know that God's grace is covering all of this, right? God's grace is covering you to help heal some wounds that might have been caused by others. God's grace is telling you that if you have wounded others or offended others, that you're in a pathway of grace as well. But one of the things I think is important for us to know is that forgiveness is not the same as restoration. Forgiveness is not the same as restoration. These are really two different things. Forgiveness is personal and internal. Forgiveness is purely our work by ourselves. What another person does or doesn't do does not have to impact whether or not we choose to walk a road of forgiveness. But restoration is relational and restoration is internal. You can't restore a relationship without it going beyond you into the life of somebody else. So forgiveness and restoration are two different things. Let me illustrate this, right? Jesus forgave his crucifiers internally. Jesus forgave his crucifiers when they were in the process of murdering him, right? So this had nothing to do with their response. They did not have to ask for forgiveness. They did not have to confess their sin. They did not have to repent of their sin. Jesus flat forgave them. Because forgiveness is a work of the heart, and it's an internal work of the heart. So the heart of God expressed through the heart of Jesus was to just forgive. Just forgive. Luke 23:34, Jesus said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Jesus was so committed to forgiving them in his own heart that he begged God the Father, God, would you forgive them as well? He did not want those who were harming him to be harmed by God in any way. Forgive them. That's the heart of God, purely an internal thing. We have the power to forgive anyone. We choose to forgive. We have that power. Whether or not they apologize, whether or not they change their behavior, we can choose in our own heart that we will not be weighed down by this person. We can choose in our own heart that we will not let them affect our emotions. We can choose in our own heart to not treat them as though they have harmed us, even though they have. We have the total power to do that. Forgiveness is exclusively in our heart, and we can be in total charge of our heart. You might need some help. You might need a counselor, you might need a therapist, might need a good friend to walk you through this, but we're in charge of our heart and we're in charge of who to forgive. But I also want to be clear. Jesus didn't do this all the time. There were times that he chose to make boundaries. There are times he chose to leave the relationship. One of the most famous is when he's in his own hometown of Nazareth, which the entire city is about the population of this section of chairs, right? A few family members, a few extended family members, a few other families on this hillside, right? This very, very tiny town. And here's Jesus in his own hometown, and he is preaching and teaching the good news of the kingdom of heaven coming, and his own hometown, his own people reject him, violently reject him. Luke 4:28, people in the synagogue were furious. Jumping up, they mobbed Jesus and forced him to the edge of a hill on which the town was built. They intended to push him over that edge, but he slid right through the crowd and bailed. It's my paraphrase. So he could have chosen to do what he did on the cross and stay right there in the violence, right there in the offense, and just said, Father, forgive them. They know not what they do, and go over that cliff. But that wasn't the time, that wasn't the place. He chose a different path, and that was the path of boundary. I am getting away from my hometown because I still got stuff to do. So it's okay to follow Jesus and just decide right time, right place. You're going to forgive out of your own condition of your own heart, and you're just going to choose to forgive regardless of what's going around, or you're going to choose to also follow Jesus and say, you know what, I'll get to that, but later. I just got to get out of here right now, right? So be patient with yourself. Be flexible with yourself. Every single situation when it comes to forgiveness is different and complex depending on the circumstance and the relationship, right? But just know that you have the right and the authority and the power to forgive when you're ready in your own heart, regardless of what the other person does. We also see in Jesus that he was interested in restoration, not just forgiveness, but restoration, to do the work relationally, externally, outside of his own heart, into the heart of another. We see that Jesus restored his relationship with Peter externally, at the right time, at the right place. Peter denied Jesus 3 times. Jesus betrayed that relationship. Peter was in Jesus' inner circle of 3 deep friends and denied Jesus 3 times. Matthew 26, suddenly Jesus' words flashed through Peter's mind. Before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times, that you even know me. And he went away and wept bitterly. Peter was weighed down by the guilt and the shame that he denied his best friend, denied his Lord and his Savior 3 times the night that Jesus needed him the most. And so this was a dark place for Peter to be in. And we know that on the 3rd day, Jesus rose again from the dead and spent 7 weeks with his disciples in various areas, teaching and preaching the kingdom of God before he ascended to his Father in heaven. But Jesus made it very clear that there would come a time and a place for him to restore his relationship with Peter. And it was beautiful. John 21 is among my favorite passages in the Bible because this is when Jesus, the Savior, the Son of God, the resurrected King of Kings, the King of a whole new kingdom, sweeping the earth, just decides, I need to restore my relationship with my friend Peter. After breakfast, Jesus asked Simon Peter, Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these? Yes, Lord, Peter replied. You know I love you. Then feed my lambs. How many times did Jesus ask Peter that question? 3 times, to restore his 3 failures. And there's all kinds of really cool phrasing and Greek words in there. Jesus was very intentional. He's closing the loop with Peter. I love you despite your failures, and I know you love me. And we're going to walk this journey together restored. Nothing is going to separate us in this relationship because we walk the difficult journey of restoring. So forgiveness and restoration are 2 different things. Forgiving others can follow Jesus' example of forgiving us. How does God forgive us? He just declares it. He just says it. It's just who he is. He's a God who doesn't see our faults and flaws and failures. He doesn't define us by our faults and flaws and failures. He defines us as his perfect child. That's just something he declares. It's just something that he does. It's just who he is, right? Ephesians 1, 4, and 5 is one of the core passages that make this church this church. Listen to this. Even before he made the world, God loved us and chose us in Christ to be holy and without fault in his eyes. When were we forgiven? Before the foundation of the world. God's the sovereign God. He knows he's making us in his image. He certainly knows there would be failure. And he says, before I'm going to even start all this, I am choosing to view every man, woman, child perfect in my eyes. God is a God of forgiveness in his own heart, deciding this is just what I do. This is just who I am. And so we can decide to follow that. In our own very complex way, at our own complex timing, right time, right place, we can choose to forgive in our own heart. Ephesians 4:32, be kind to each other, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, just as God through Christ has forgiven you. Same in restoration. Restoration can follow Jesus' example of restoring his relationship with us. Now, restoration is complex. Restoration is not just complex internally the way forgiveness is. Restoration is complex externally because there's another human being or other human beings involved. And I love these people. I care about these people. Maybe the feelings of betrayal or wounding or offense are very, very deep and profound, right? And maybe we'd rather not deal with it. We'd rather just ignore it. But there's good and powerful work that comes through restoration, following the example of Jesus as he restored his relationship with Peter. There's 3 things we need to know about restoration. First, someone needs to lead the restoration. Someone needs to lead. And it is difficult to be the one to lead. I had a few conversations after last service about people who are wrestling even through this message. Am I the one to lead this restoration? And the stories are not uncommon. I haven't talked to this family member in 3 years. This friend and I had a falling out 7 years ago, and there's this awkwardness. Who's going to lead this restoration? Or it may not just be, hey, I haven't talked or seen these people in years. It could be that there's just something here. There's beef here, and nobody's talking about it, right? There's hurt here, and nobody's talking about it. We may live every day of our life in a home with someone we love, but there's something there that we haven't restored. And it's just there. It's a weight on our heart. It's a weight on our home. It's a weight in this friendship. Somebody has to lead that restoration. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's not you. But just kind of seek God's guidance on this. Is it my time to step up? Or if somebody takes the lead with you, just be open. Be open to the possibilities. Second, there's a process for restoration. There's a process for restoration. I've got 2 things going on in my life regarding restoration. One is a family situation that's very difficult. I've kind of talked about that before. I've got a close family member that we have boundaries now, and we haven't talked in a couple of years, and that's good, and that is healthy, and that is right, and that ain't changing this afternoon based on this message. But there's a process in there, and there's like a triangling of relationships where I believe, absolutely believe, right time, right place, that relationship's going to be restored. Some stuff's got to happen. I'm ready for it to happen. I will do whatever I have to do. So there's a restoration process there that is difficult and mediated. There's another group that I'm involved in. It's one group over here, one group over here. All hugs and kisses. Everybody loves and respects each other, but there's been some hurts with these 2 groups over this period of time. And we actually have a facilitator who goes to this church who is exceptional at this, who's guiding these 2 groups forward. And we've had one meeting that was very good and followed a very deliberate process. And here's how that process goes. It's a little roadmap here. It's kind of a lot, so follow me. You might need to take some pictures or revisit this sermon later. Rancho.tv/media. There it is. All right. Create a safe time and space. Create a safe time and space. Restoration, you cannot sneak up on somebody and say, time for restoration. It's like, no. All the pre-work, we talked about this a little bit last week, you can't blind somebody with, hey, time for restoration, I'm ready, it's a good space for me, I don't care if it's a good space for you, it's on, we're doing this. No, it's got to be a good space for everybody. This is one of the things I love about what Jesus did with Peter. John 21:8-9. Some of the disciples stayed with the boat and pulled the fish in. Jesus says, hey, listen, put that net over there. You're going to fill the boat. And they did. That's Jesus. He just performed a miracle. So they're dealing with the fish. Some people go on shore. When they got there, they found breakfast waiting for them. Fish cooking over a charcoal fire and some bread. Who made the fire? Jesus. And you can say, well, resurrected Jesus might have cheated fire. I don't know if he did or didn't, but Jesus probably made a fire. He got some bread there, and he cooked a very disgusting fish breakfast. Last service laughed much harder than you laughed. That deserved more from you. I'm disappointed. About 6 million years into heaven, Jesus is going to say, hey, listen, we're going to talk about that disgusting breakfast comment you made in church the other day. It's really good, fish for breakfast. I'm going to just hold the line. It's not good for breakfast, but we'll have a little dialogue about that. But Jesus made the fire, got the bread there, cooked the breakfast, right? What is Jesus doing? He's creating the right time and the right space, the right environment, the right time. This is after the heat of the moment has passed. You can't restore a relationship when everybody's all hopped up on adrenaline. You can't restore the relationship when people are still weighed down by the sadness or the sense of betrayal. You can't. The right time has to be selected. Jesus didn't immediately rise from the dead. He goes, "Where's Peter?" No, it's like right time, right place. At Peter's Beach. That's my name for that beach. Peter's Beach. Sometimes if there's something to be talked about even around here, I don't call people usually to my office. Sometimes it's where we happen to be, but it's like, hey, this is time for a serious kind of relationship conversation. It may not be in my office. It might be at a coffee shop, someplace just that you're more comfortable in, right? Find the right time, find the right place where everybody is comfortable. And find the right setting. Jesus made a fire. He made a meal. This is where hospitality can be huge, right? If you're about to walk a journey of restoration, a place where everybody's comfortable, a time where everybody's comfortable, and a setting of hospitality. Like, I value you. You might bring a gift or a card. You might ask your wife, who's an incredible baker, to make some scones so I can pretend I made them. Find the right hospitality to start this restorative relationship. Create a safe time and place. Follow clear steps. This is a big deal because restoration really is an art and a science. It's the heart, it's the head. Restoration process, there are best practices and then there are landmines to avoid. So I'm going to run you through the very same process that these two groups that I mentioned earlier are walking through. Again, this might be a good time to take a picture of these steps or just grab it later online. But these are the steps of restoration. And I guarantee you follow these steps and you're gonna have a much better time restoring this relationship. First, agree on the mutual understandings of the restoration process. Some people have called this kind of rules of engagement. I don't like the sound of rules, but there needs to be understandings. For example, one understanding might be, hey, we're gonna believe the best in each other. Believe the best intentions. So even in this relationship or restoration process, somebody says something that kind of grabs you sideways. One of the understandings of restoration is I'm gonna believe the best. I don't believe they're attacking me. I just believe they're kind of working things out in their own words that feel like an attack, but I'm gonna believe their best intention. And there could be 3, there could be 5 kind of rules of the restoration process or understanding so this can go well. Second, calmly explain the injury. And so we get to a moment as we do all the introductions and all the rules of engagement. Here's what I experienced. You said this, and that hurt me. One of the rules of engagement is I'm not going to either be attacked or attacked. So when I explain the disconnect, I'm not gonna load in intent. I'm not gonna say you attacked me. I'm gonna say you said this and it felt like this. You did this and it felt like this. This is a calm way to stop the attacks and start explaining why I was hurt. Third, calmly hear the response. So you might say, hey, this is what I felt when you said this, or this is what I felt when you did this. Now we're gonna give space for the other person to explain. One of the rules of engagement is do not be defensive. So you're not gonna respond defensively. Well, I can't believe, why would you think that way? What's your problem? No, well, this is what I meant by what I said, or this was my intent with what I did, and let there be this good back and forth, calmly explaining and calmly responding. Then leave room for apologies. Apologies. An apology is not, I'm sorry you felt that way. That's an attack. If anybody tells you, I'm sorry you feel that way, just calmly say, that's not an apology, that's an attack. Very calmly, all right? An apology says, I am sorry I said that. I'm sorry I hurt you. Help me figure out how I can avoid doing that again. If I ever do that again, would you please let me know that because I do not want to hurt you anymore. That's an apology. That's like serious apology. Sorry you felt that way. It means you're done for feeling that way. It's an attack. Stop saying that, right? Real apologies. And then the question of this very sermon is, how can I make this right? That's real restoration. Beyond apology, now a restoration. How can I make this right? I hurt you. I said something, I did something, or I have a pattern or a habit. I hurt you. How can I make this right? And then change going forward. There's a plan, a change plan going forward. In these two groups that I talked about that are in a restoration process, there's a communication plan that's already been done because a lot of the kind of back and forth between these two groups were about communication. And so we have a plan. And then there's behavior plans and then attitude plans, right, of how to change. That's a restoration process. And then rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Restoration is not go through it real quick, all good. That's not restoration. Restoration might need to revisit. These two groups that I'm talking about, we will probably have 2 or 3 meetings. The second meeting is scheduled again. It's a restoration meeting. We will meet for a third time if we need to. And then we'll probably meet 6 months from now because this is kind of there's a lot of complex things and we need to check up on each other as groups, right? And so it's rinse and repeat because this is not just an event to check off the list. Proverbs 24:16 says this, the godly may trip 7 times, but they will get up again. But one disaster is enough to overthrow the wicked. In other words, mature godly people understand that there is a cycle when it comes to relationships. There are failures and restorations, and it's okay. It's okay. Unless it gets to this pattern of harming each other, then we've got to go in the boundary route. But we have to realize that this kind of relationship change does take sometimes a lot of back and forth. I love how Jesus puts it in Matthew 18:21. Peter comes to Jesus and says, with all the pride, religious pride he's got, Lord, how often should I forgive someone who sins against me? 7 times? That's considered the extreme max number of times to forgive somebody. Peter's like, I'm going to be the most spiritual person in the world. I'm going to tell Jesus, I am so mature, I will forgive someone 7 times. And of course, Jesus says, I think respectfully, not 7 times, Peter, 70 times 7, which in Greek 2,000 years ago is infinity. Just keep forgiving, Peter. There's no pride in saying you've got 7 chances and then you're done. Walk the heart of God. The heart of God gives us chance after chance after chance, right? The heart of God keeps forgiving and forgiving. The heart of God says, I'm not going to be burdened by your failures. The heart of God says, I am free from your failures. I'm always for you. My heart is always for you. I only see the good. And yes, you've got some things you got to work out in your life so that you get better and you have a better life and you better the life of the world around you. But we walk this journey together, this patient journey. And I'll call it a lifestyle. Restoration is a lifestyle. Somebody's got to lead. There's a process, but it's also a lifestyle. Restoration can and should happen in every little way, every single day. Maybe this morning you had some opportunities to restore. Every little, maybe look, maybe eye roll, maybe a little comment that didn't go quite right, maybe some comment about the pancakes, maybe some little, who knows, right? Maybe you're like right now, I didn't get pancakes, and that's a problem. All these little offenses that happen all day, every day. I mean, if you live in relationship, you live with offenses on the little stuff every day. And maybe a lifestyle of restoration decides on the small stuff, I'm going to just let the small stuff go. I'm going to let the small stuff just kind of trickle away. And I'm going to forgive all that. I know they didn't mean anything. But when things start to rise up a little bit, and there are patterns that become real, there are offenses that really hurt. There's behaviors and words that need to be addressed. Restoration is a lifestyle. Don't let them build up. I'm going to give credit to my wife. She's become very good after 33 years of saying, hey, can we revisit that thing that you said a couple of days ago? So when she was offended maybe a couple of days ago, she didn't just attack right then. She processed and, okay, can I let that one go? And then she says, I'm not going to let that one go. Hey, Mr. Treadway, can we talk about that? And usually within, a couple of minutes, it's all resolved, and that's a lifestyle of restoration, right? And then we just keep that going, right? It's like putting the dishwasher on every day, right? It just keeps the things kind of clean as they go. You don't turn that dishwasher on every day and whatever. It becomes a big pile and a big mess, and then we got a lot to deal with. So restoration as a lifestyle is just kind of cleaning out the little resentments, cleaning out the little offenses so they don't pile up. And when something big happens, And I will tell you with some confidence, if you're in loving relationships over the course of a lifetime, something big is probably going to happen. Somebody's going to make a big mistake and hurt you deeply, or you're going to make a big mistake and hurt somebody deeply. Restoration as a lifestyle now kicks in and says, I've been kind of letting the little things go a little bit. I've been doing that daily cleaning, restoration. This thing hit hard, but I now live a life of restoration as a lifestyle. So we're going to go right in. And we're going to work this well, and we're going to be smart, and we're going to be kind, and we're going to be compassionate. We're going to live a lifestyle of forgiveness and restoration. So live a lifestyle of forgiveness and restoration when we are injured. And again, think of a name, think of a face, maybe feel that feeling. There's a relationship here that's broken. I'm going to live a lifestyle of forgiveness and restoration when I'm injured. If it's safe, maybe I'll take the lead. Maybe I'll work a process. And maybe we'll have to do this a few times. Live a lifestyle of forgiveness and restoration when we injure. Have you hurt someone? Just honestly, in your own chair, in your own heart, in your own living room, if you're online, have you hurt someone? And here's what I want you to consider. We all do this. We all believe we should be judged by our intentions as we judge people by their actions. You know what I mean? We want people to believe the best in us. Well, I didn't mean to hurt you, but you hurt somebody. So maybe we can judge, as Jesus says, the log in our own eye before we judge the speck in another's eye, and we could say, I hurt someone, and not dismiss it. Like, well, what's their problem? Or they shouldn't be more as sensitive. And no, we hurt someone. That's the log in our eye. We hurt someone, and so we are going to walk a lifestyle of forgiveness and restoration when we injure somebody. And we're not going to give ourselves kind of excuses when we may judge others by what they did to us. So maybe we can flip that. We can judge ourselves a little more sternly because we want to become better at relationships. And maybe we could be a little more gracious to others. Judge ourselves by what we do, judge others by their intent. That's an interesting Jesus-centered journey toward maturity. We're going to close in prayer, and we're going to pray first by reading together Colossians 3:12 through 14. So I want to ask you to stand as we close, and we're going to read this out loud together, and so I want to encourage you, say this out loud. I'm going to go very slow and very deliberate pace. It's healthy when we read it. It's healthier when we read it and say it as a prayer. God, would you allow me to live a lifestyle of forgiveness and restoration? So say this with me and be bold about it. Since God chose you to be the holy people he loves, you must clothe yourselves with tender-hearted mercy, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Make allowance for each other's faults and forgive anyone who offends you. Remember, the Lord forgave you, so you must forgive others. Above all, clothe yourself with love, which binds all together in perfect harmony. Let's pray. God, we thank you for our time together today. For some, I'm sure this is emotional, as we have friends and family members who we need to walk a journey of forgiveness and restoration. And there's pain there and maybe betrayal there. But we thank you that Jesus walked this very same journey with people that he loved. And he walked a journey of forgiveness and restoration. So God, that we know over time, you will give us the maturity and the strength to do these things well at the right time and the right place. That you will reveal to us when perhaps we should take the lead or when we should follow. Because God, we want to be like Jesus in our relationships, and we want to bring love and grace and forgiveness and restoration to this world that is so often fighting each other. God, may love and peace rule in our hearts, in our families, in our friendships, and in the world around us. In Jesus' name, and everybody said, amen. If you need prayer for any reason, please join us in the prayer corner. We'd love to pray with you. If I haven't met you yet, my wife and family will be over there. We'd love to say hi to you. God bless you. Look forward to seeing you next week.
Sometimes praise you anywhere. Praise, give him praise, give him praise, and the highest praise. Give him praise, give him praise, and the highest. He is worthy, yes, he is worthy of all of the praise. Sometimes you gotta praise in the prison, cry out to heaven, shout to the door, swing wide. Sometimes you